Hi, it's me with my Death Knight, and I'm gonna say a few things that I left behind. So first, what I have to say about Death Knight is that to create one, you have to have a character that is above level 55. Doesn't matter what realm, you can create. Then after you have the character to 55, you can create Death Knight to any realm. And of course you have to have Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Okay, so let's talk how I leveled. I leveled at first with blood for maybe to 64, but then I changed it to unholy. I liked unholy more actually for leveling. And yeah, I think that's it for leveling. Nothing much to say there. So one thing, yeah, I didn't do in holy. I didn't show how Death Coil heals my ghoul, so I'm gonna show it now. And I get some runic power. Okay, so you select your ghoul and just cast Death Coil, and it heals it. And about ghoul, one more thing. When you are unholy, there is a talent that allows your ghoul to be as your pet. Normally when you raise a ghoul, he will be active for 1 minute, but if you spend talent here, Master of Ghouls, you can use it as a pet, and he will be with you all the time until he's killed, but you can summon another one. So yeah, that's actually why I leveled with Unholy, because I like that idea that I can use my ghoul as a pet, but not as Gunter pet. He doesn't know like hold dagger or something, he just does extra damage. I can show you what kind of spells ghoul has now. So he has Claw, that's a simple attack ability that does some damage. And another one's, what the, Gnaw? Gnaw, yeah, I think it's Gnaw. So he jumps on the target and stuns him. And Leap, just leaps behind the target, so jumps behind him. So he has these abilities. Actually he has other Huddle that puts him in defensive stance and reduce the ranged attacks and spells, no damage taken from those things, by 50%, but I didn't really use this thing a lot now, Huddle. I don't know where to use it. That Huddle looks like this, you know, like Vigilant or something from Warrior. So yeah. Professions. My Death Knight has Herbalism and Inscription. I like Inscription, and I have all the glyphs there is in the game. I spent a lot of money on it when it was like new, you know, like you have to collect these things. Book of Glyph Mastery. I paid about 150 gold for each book, and I spent about 15k gold on this thing. But I made few golds also, so it's not bad, and I can make any glyph I want for my other characters. That's nice, I can make them for my friends. For others I make for a nice price, of course. So yeah, that's what profession I have. And of course, any profession is good for you, except tailoring and letterworking, like Paladin or Warrior. It has no use from those. One more thing about Death Knights, that it's pretty awesome, you know, it's rune forging. I don't see any Death Knights to buy enchants, and this is why, because they have their own enchants, and there is also any occasion, you know, whatever you want. I think I saw in entire, now to say, time that I played this expansion, I only saw like one, I think, or two Death Knights that had enchant on their weapon. Maybe they didn't know they have rune forging. But yeah, if you roll Death Knight, most likely you're not gonna spend money on enchanting. You're just gonna use this. It requires no materials, nothing. You just pick what you want and put it on your weapon. I have it myself. I have Rune of the Fallen Crusader, and what that does, I'm not gonna read all of them. You can read them by yourself. It has a chance to heal you for 3% and increase my strength. Yeah, it's kind of more for leveling, you know, to heal more yourself and get more DPS. But still, my DK sucks. The only gear that I have is good is my head that has no gems. Yeah, I don't care about my DK. All I care is about his inscription. Maybe I'm gonna, make him epic later. But if I'm gonna make epic, I'm gonna make him a tank. Because nowadays, if you're a tank, you're finding heroics with no problem. So yeah. Okay, PvP. With DK you can PvP in all 3 specs. They all have advantages, Like blood, there's a lot of healing involved, healing yourself. Frost, there's a lot of survivability, and also you can crowd control them a bit. And Unholy has also good stuff like Summon Gargoyle, Anti-Magic Zone, that ghoul that always near you. So yeah, actually all of them are good for PvP, so it's hard to say which one is the best. Oh yeah, and one more thing. If you're a DK and you wanna tank, you can tank in all 3 specs. Blood, Unholy or Frost, doesn't matter. At first I thought you only tank in Unholy or Frost, but nowadays I even see Blood tank, and they do okay. It's no problem for them, I noticed that. So whatever you like. If you spec Unholy, if you spec Frost or Blood, that's okay, you can tank with it. So you don't have to worry respec every time you want to tank. But I asked some DKs that play a lot, their mains. They said the Frost is number 1 for tanking. At least what number 1? Like they like it a lot, more than others. I don't know, I didn't try yet, tank with Frost. I actually never did. I only tanked in Unholy, but I'm thinking of tanking it in Frost because it looks kinda, attractive, all the spells and everything. And Death Knight has no shield, like other tanks, Blade tanks, I mean. Druid doesn't count. No, he has no shield. So best thing to tank with is use two-handed, sometimes two-handed weapons, if you do not have one-handed tanking weapons. For example, you can get, give me a second, I'm gonna show you where are they. Thing here, Pit of Sauron and the last boss. I have this weapon with my main, my warrior. Yeah, it's these two. So just get these two and you are good to tank. And it gives the exactly stats your Death Knight needs. No block, because you can't block, of course, if you don't have shield. So what the Death Knight uses for tanking is parry and dodge. Yeah, well, and one more thing about tanking with Death Knight is that if you watch the other videos on Holy Blood and Frost, you should notice that some of the things are some spells, skills are made for reduce the spell damage taken. Yeah, so Death Knights are the best tanks against spellcasters. You can't find better tank against spellcasters than Death Knight. So I think that's all I have to say about Death Knights. So see you in my next video, guys. Bye.